Hey YouTube. Well, I'm just doing this video because it's just a topic I take interest in. Um, Personally, I have seen some things that would convince me that there is something other than us here, and for whatever reason, uh, doesn't seem to make a lot of sense, but I'm not sure what to call it. I mean, a lot of people call it spirits or ghosts or something like that, but meh. So it's a bit out there, this video, so I'll just leave it at that. But here's some things, if you ever have any dramas with it, is, at least in my experience, best way to deal with it. When you see oogie boogie stuff, movement or whatever, I'm just trying to think of, say, I don't know, you see something move by itself, or uh, something like that, or a shape, or something like that, you're sure that your eyes were not playing tricks on you. Like, you're like, oh, okay, there's something there. Um, Best thing I could tell you, don't acknowledge it. Um, the way that these things get power and strength, at least the bad ones, uh, they feed off negative energies. So they feed off fear, um, anger, uh, doubt. What else? Just basically anything that's just is just negative. I guess. I guess you could classify it as a negative feeling. I don't know how it works exactly, but this is what I know. Um, and yeah, acknowledging it and talking to it is probably like one of the worst things you can do. So just don't. Most people that do that have a lot of trouble getting rid of them. So don't. Uh, Now, he had conflicting bits of information on this one. So, if this really has a stronghold in a particular place, they recommend burning sage. Or a friend of mine told me that sage is actually not what you want to burn. Apparently, what you want to burn is mint rose. I think they called it mint rose. Apparently, that is like bleach to them. So, yeah. And I assume that if the negative ones feed off all your negative energy, then the positive ones must feed off your positive energy. And to obviously to counter the negative ones, you have to, you know, build up the positive ones to be stronger. So, I guess. So, mint rose, apparently, that's. Now, I've never been in a situation where that has been necessary. Like I said, I don't usually let something like that, if I've seen or noticed something in a particular place, I don't usually let it get to the point where I need to do that. Like I said, the best thing you can do is ignore it. Pretend it didn't happen. And just move on with your life. Pretty much. Um, yeah. Because if you're giving it nothing, it's going to just leave. When it realizes it can't feed off you, it just goes. Go somewhere else. Um, Now, I know that a lot of people out there are going to be like, oh, I don't believe in it, and, can't be proven by science. And, well, it probably can actually be proven by science, but that's more or less because if you, I don't know, you got bunch of people in a room, and then something moves by itself, and you could pretty much say, yes, science just said that that object just moved by itself without explanation. Yeah, pretty sure that's science right there. Evidence based. I mean, science is evidence, basically collecting a bunch of evidence, creating a data pool that says this is what's happening because we're seeing this, we're observing this. We're observing this happen, therefore it is happening, and this is what we've seen causes it. So, yes, you could say it's science based, and I know a lot of people out there are really going to be cracking the shits over that one, but that is technically science. So, disbelieve it all you want, it doesn't really matter. It's kind of like you can disbelieve in God, but doesn't mean that God isn't real. It's just, that's just where you, that's what, the evidence that you have at that time, that's what it's telling you. Okay, so you haven't been exposed to something that says, ah, yes, there's something out there. But it's all good. It's all good. Everyone has their own path to follow. Um, Now, should you be scared of any of that oogie boogie, ghosty stuff and all that crap? No, not at all. Not one, not for 1 second should you be afraid. Number one, most importantly, if it's a ghost and it is an actual ghost, I guess you could say. Now, my views on ghosts are this. I don't believe that there is a person trapped on this planet, right? And they're like stuck in some perpetual hell where they can never leave for some dumb reason. Like, I don't know, like unfinished business. Well, their business will never get finished then because no one seems to know how to finish it. So, yeah, but no. So, what I believe, it's like a photo. It's like an image taken, like a snap or a video recording, like this video. It's just like a snapshot of that person or that thing that happened, and that's all it is. That's why you see a lot of it repeating, like the same cycles that it seems to follow when you see that stuff. It never seems to go on a different path. It's always the same. So, yeah, and yeah, so you could say that, and that's how I would describe it. I don't believe people's souls are trapped on this earth. I think we can come in and check on our loved ones and the people we want to check in on, um, if we want, before we go to the next life or whatever it is that it is. I don't know. But I don't think that anyone is trapped here. Now, I think the only things that can hurt you, to my knowledge, and again, I've not seen it myself, thank goodness for that. I don't really want to, but is probably a demon or a poltergeist. Now, that's how we describe it. Whether that's what it actually is and not something else, I don't know, and I don't know if being exact about this kind of stuff matters. Um, but it isn't like a loved one like throwing objects at you or something like that. No, no. It's obviously something negative. Um, yeah, and something that feeds off your negative energy. I mean, come on. Loved ones don't feed off your negative energy. That's ridiculous. So, um, yeah. Um, uh, so, yeah. So basically, yeah. Now, I don't know what to call those things exactly. And look, all I would say is if that exists and you don't believe and you've seen it for yourself or whatever, then isn't that proof to you that the other side exists? I mean, are you really that dense that you couldn't pick that up? Are you that dense that you can't go, oh, there's something there, something that shouldn't be there, something reacting to this, and it's not explainable? Pretty sure that explains something else, right? Everything has an explanation. Call me crazy if you want, that's fine. I don't really care. Totally up to you. And like I said, everyone has their own experiences, and I'm not here to convince you of that. So, you know, but there you go. Best things you can do is ignore it, go on with your life, don't really acknowledge it, and apparently burning mint rose. I guess that doesn't work. You could try sage, but I'm told sage makes them stronger, so maybe don't go down that path. And yeah, and I think they reckon prayers work. I guess I think a lot of people have had success with that to make these things go away. So you could try that as well. Anyway, that's all I have to say on the subject. Hope you're doing well out there. I know it's a bit of a random video, but why not? Alright, YouTube's got plenty of people of different likes and dislikes. I mean, surely this video might appeal to someone and they might have something to say, or they might even have a story to tell me about their own experiences. Um, Personally, I've seen a door handle, like a straight one like that, go like that, and then the door closed in front of me. And then I was doing security that night. I looked the whole building over. There was no one there but me. And the weird thing is, I thought, wonder if someone's died here. And on the wall, there was a plaque, someone's name on it. So possibly someone did die there. And I'd say the door, doors don't do that. The handles don't move by themselves and then close. That's just weird in my opinion. So, yeah. And I've seen other stuff as well. Plenty of other stuff. But, like I said, actually, I've got a really good one. Before I go, yeah, this is a good one. I promise you. So, it was Halloween night. I was working in the Vic Park area, and that's in Perth. There was this old building. The old building used to be a nunnery, so where they used to house nuns. I don't know what else you'd call it. Kind of sounds like a cannery or a slaughterhouse or something, I don't know. But yeah, there was a nunnery. Then after that, it got turned into a place for the criminally insane, I believe. Something like that. I kid you not. Yeah. And then it got turned into, it was like an asylum, and they actually did kill people. Well, they didn't kill people there. People died there, and then they cremated them and spread their ashes on the property. So, take away what you want of that. And I believe they were criminally insane or something. I don't know, something weird. This is the story I got told. And then it got turned into a place for wayward kids and this is what it said on one of the signs. One of the other guys found the old sign, and it said for I think it said something along the lines of for bad kids and their mothers. They blamed the mothers back then for this, for their behaviour. It was the kids had ADHD or Asperger's or autism or something on that spectrum. I don't know, something on that spectrum, and that's where they didn't know what it was back then, and they didn't know how to deal with it. So that's where they sent him, and they blamed the mothers for that because it's the mother's fault that the kid ended up like that, right? Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, it got so lots of evil. When you think about that history, just a lot of bad negative shit, like a nunnery, bad negative shit there, a criminally insane asylum, and a place to torture children, right? So, really great start to the place. Anyway, its last thing was that it was going to get turned into a tax accountant office. Or a tax, something to, I think the tax department or something like that had the building. That it was getting rebuilt. So it had workers, and that's why we went and looked at it. I can't even remember the name of the building, actually. I think it was many years ago. I kept thinking Kensington in my head, but Kensington was another suburb away, so it wasn't that. No, it was right near the McDonald's. It's there was a T junction, and sorry, it was a two in between two T junctions near the start of Vic Park. Around that area. I mean, you can Google the place; it probably come up somewhere. I don't know what it's called now. It's many years ago. Anyway, on Halloween night, I was working that area, and the alarm that came up was room 13 at 3 o'clock in the morning. It was movement alarm. And because I knew the place was like had a really bad history and it was a real creepo house to walk around in at night, like you just went in there and it was just like, this place is weird as hell. Like, anyway. And I thought, you know what? If there's some oogie boogie stuff going on, I'm taking my camera. So I had like a video camera, so I was like, I'm gonna take my camera in there. I'm gonna go in there and have a look and see if I can find anything. And so I did, but nothing happened. Like I went right up to the room. I looked around. The place was completely trashed, by the way. Like the one thing you'll be absolutely sure about whenever there's renovations is that the kids of the area, for some reason, especially in Australia, love to trash buildings. Like, so much disrespect there. But I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, they love to trash buildings. Like, majorly trash the shit out of buildings. Like, you'll look at a building, someone's spending millions of dollars fixing it to turn it into something. Obviously, that's what they're doing. They put a great big fence around it, like an 8-foot fence with barbed wire and everything. Doesn't stop them. They just still go in there, trash the crap out of the building, and that's it. And you just look at it and you're just like, why? What was the point of that? Someone's trying to do something positive and you ruin it. You just ruin it because. Anyway, not the point of the story, I guess. That's just me going off on a tangent. Yes. So, room 13, 3 o'clock in the morning, Halloween night, nothing. I went up there with the camera, nothing. I was so disappointed. I was like, come on. Like, I really thought there'd be, like, something. Like, I don't know, maybe, like, a piece of wood would get thrown at me or something. I don't know, something cool like that. Where you're just like, oh, I got something, yeah. Like, I can go and show the guys. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. But nothing happened. It was lame. Anyway, personally, my opinion on that building was, because of all the negative history, they should have just demolished it and put like a park on it or something like that. Like, that's what I thought they should have done. Like, get rid of all that negative stuff. Just destroy it. And put like a positive thing, like a playground or something, I don't know. Something that has positive memories for someone. Leave some positive something there. Like, that building was trash anyway, so, yeah. It would have cost more to fix that than it was worth, so, yeah. Anyway, like I said, I've seen a lot of stuff, so, I mean, I can do videos on that, but I don't know that anyone would be all that interested in it. But I've seen plenty of stuff. And, I don't know. Some good, I mean, a lot of it's kind of like gets blurred out because you just like, I don't know. When I was working those shifts, like, 12-hour nights and 7 days a week, and you just trashed by the end of it. So, honestly, and that was getting paid peanuts for it. And honestly, I just don't know what the hell I was thinking back then. Should have left that job a long time ago. I mean, you just kind of like, what am I doing with my life? Like, I'm working cruddy hours, have no social life, no money, and I'm doing this for what? Like, what am I doing with myself? Like, God, like, what's wrong with me? You know what you're thinking? Like, if I'm going to do, like, cruddy hours, I should be getting paid. But it's neither here nor there. Anyway, peace out.